সম্মানিত দর্শক, আমাদের সাথে গ্লোবাল এক্সিকিউটিভ হিউম্যানিটি, একটি বৃহৎ চ্যারিটি সংস্থা, তার ডাইরেক্টর আমাদের দেশে প্রথমবারের জন্য এবার এসেছেন। বাংলাদেশের পরিবর্তিত পরিস্থিতিতে মানবাধিকার এবং মানুষের যে ন্যায্য পাওনা, মানুষের যে অর্থনৈতিক যে সিচুয়েশন, এখান থেকে বের করে আনার জন্য তারা দীর্ঘদিন ধরে কাজ করে এবং বিশেষ করে ফিলিস্তিন, সিরিয়া, ইথিওপিয়ার মতো যুদ্ধবিধ্বস্ত দেশগুলোতে তারা কাজ করে। একইভাবে এরই ধারাবাহিকতায় তারা বাংলাদেশেও নতুনভাবে প্রজেক্ট শুরু করেছে এবং বাংলাদেশের গরিব অসহায় মানুষদের জন্য তারা সাস্টেইনেবল প্রজেক্ট ডেভেলপমেন্টের জন্য এবং স্বাস্থ্য খাতে যে মানে বাংলাদেশে যে অস্থিতিশীল অবস্থা বিরাজ করে গরিবের মানুষের জন্য, সাধারণ মানুষের জন্য যে স্বাস্থ্যসেবা হাতের নাগালের বাইরে চলে গেছে, সেটাকে তারা বিভিন্ন ধরনের সেবা প্রদানের মাধ্যমে এটাকে আরেকটু সহজলভ্য করে দেওয়ার চেষ্টা করে। এ ব্যাপারে আমরা এখন কথা বলবো। আমাদের সাথে উপস্থিত আছেন ব্রাদার ফিরাজ আজিজ, গ্লোবাল এক্সিকিউটিভ ডিরেক্টর Humaniti, is with us. Brother Firaaz Azeez, this is your first time visiting Bangladesh?
Yes. Assalamu alaikum.
How did you find out in Bangladesh?
Mashallah, I just arrived this morning, but it's a big country, subhanallah. It's a beautiful country. It's my first time in Bangladesh. Coming from Canada, I've had the privilege of traveling the world. I've been to Pakistan twice, throughout the Middle East and Africa. The people seem just amazing, right? I met some amazing people since I've been here. Like I said, it's my first day, so you'll have to forgive me. I'm still a little jet lagged.
That's great. Alhamdulillah, we are pleased to be you are here. Alhamdulillah, this is the oldest newspaper office in here. You are here today, and we wanted you visit the whole office by this time. Alhamdulillah. So, what do your experience? You have a huge experience throughout the world because you visited so many countries where there are sufferings after the where is no humanity actually. So you are supporting the people to give them back their rights and their food security and all of those. What your project in this country and what do you think about?
First of all, I think it's amazing given that, Bangladesh's transition in the last few months, of course, as of, August, the changes that have happened. I'm hopeful because it was led by the youth, and we know that, that's the future of any country is the youth, the young people. And I understand that there's a significant percentage of your population that's, under 25. It's a very big number. I come from Canada, and there's only about 40 million Canadians. I think there are more people in Bangladesh under the age of 25 than there are Canadians. So just let that sink in. I think there's that hope that things will get better. Having traveled the world and, from the Middle East to Africa to the Far East, I guess the one thing I could point to is the hope that everybody has within them. And, I've been here, a couple hours, but I've met some amazing people who are really believe in the future of their country. And I think that if we can empower them, through education, through political engagement, through business, then there's definitely a brighter future for Bangladesh and for many parts. And I think, Humaniti as a global entity, we currently operate in 30 countries, Brother Mujahid, and we focus on innovation, we focus on sustainable development. And I'm actually I'm quite excited to travel across Bangladesh because, whereas most of the West think of Bangladesh as a place that just talks about Rohingya, that's a very small part of what happens in Bangladesh. And so, I'm here for two reasons. The first is to actually launch a program with one of our partners, which is a clinic on wheels. And this will be providing primary care to communities that are remote and isolated. And these are Bangladeshis. And these are some indigenous communities. So this is the first reason I'm here. And it's integrated within the health system. So we want to make sure it's sustainable. It's not just being funded for a month or 6 months or a year. We can continue to bring partners in to sustain it. So collaboration is very important. And then the second reason I'm here, of course, is to visit the camps in Cox's Bazar. like many global organizations, we have engaged in Cox's Bazar with the Rohingyas. In Toronto, in Canada, we have a very large, but young Rohingya community, which I'm very close to. And so it's really my honor to come here to Bangladesh and to be able to visit that. So we're going to be looking at some of the innovation in healthcare in particular, and in online learning. We're going to be looking at that in the camps, and to see how Humaniti, through our global reach and partners, can continue to provide hope. Because without education, there's very little hope. Right? Without education, which creates economic opportunities, there's going to be very little hope. Not just for people in the camps, but particularly them, but for Bangladeshis in general. So, I'm honored and somewhat excited to travel the country in the next few days, inshallah, and to see firsthand the great work being done. I think, again, coming back to it, most people in the West, they don't have an appreciation for the amount of good work being done in the country. And I think, part of what Humaniti does is to tell that story. I'm here with Mansoor Shuman, who of course is from Gaza and leads our Middle Eastern operations. And the reason Mansoor is here with me is we want to remind the world that there's great things happening in Bangladesh, not just in Cox's Bazar, but in Bangladesh in general. And that we should provide opportunities for the youth of Bangladesh to participate and get engaged, inshallah.
Alhamdulillah. As you know, the Bangladeshi current who is ruling Bangladesh at the moment, the chief advisor, Dr. Yunus, known to everyone over the world because he made the change and people had the idea about Bangladesh. They have the capacity. And as you know that so many Bangladeshis, like only one eagle, one person who got his dignity about he fought 3 war involving in Middle East. Mm-hmm. So he was only one eagle on the Air Force line. So, and so many, you can mean it, the Bangladeshi people's talent they established. Here is so many potential, so many people have the opportunity, but the problem is the level of poverty is very, below level. Mm. Do you have any plan for future to something to do with that? To develop our people, to develop our, to take our intelligence kids to bring them up. So, do you have any project or any plan according to that?
Yeah, that's a great question. And you mentioned Muhammad Yunus, mashallah, the amazing work that he has done with Grameen Bank and that innovative microfinance that he started that is now across the planet. I think I'll come back to it. I think, what I have noticed for the people from Bangladesh, and again, I met a lot of Bengalis in Toronto, of course, and in the UK, and as in my travel throughout the Middle East. I think, first of all, they're very hopeful people. They're very motivated and passionate about their country. Very patriotic, which is a good thing in this case, is because I think if given opportunities, then Bangladesh will prosper. And I mean, about Humaniti, we're one small player. I think what is really important is that I think the global, the global business community, the global international aid community needs to see Bangladesh for what it is. And what I think it is really a great opportunity to help develop the country. And we know that one of the most important ways is through education. And so yes, we are, like many other agencies, looking at how do we support innovative education, digital learning platforms that can support the young people in Bangladesh. So that's one aspect. And of course, the other aspect is business. You have to engage commerce. The problems are not going to get solved by the NGO space. It's going to get solved by entrepreneurs, by business people. And this is why I think that, Bangladesh, that produces a lot of stuff that gets, sold across the planet, can also be innovative in terms of business. And so I just think that, we all have a role to play in that. And I would encourage, our brothers and sisters in Bangladesh and the diaspora to support their country now that there is definitely a shift to a different level of political engagement. So I would say that, we just need to continue to encourage everyone in Bangladesh to pursue education, to pursue business opportunities, because I think that, in there lies really, I think, the key to the future.
Thank you very much. Do you want to say something about Bangladeshi people?
Yeah, listen. I mean, I'm very close to a lot of Bangladeshi folks in Canada, and many of them were so excited that I was coming to their country. And of course, truth be told, I met you while I was visiting East London Mosque, and we've become very close, and I'm really appreciative of that. And you told me you have to go to Bangladesh, and here I am. So the one thing I would say is that if you haven't visited Bangladesh, come and visit. Number two is I just think that people are very warm. They care very much about their country. I mean, every Bengali that I've met cares about its country. And I think that is something that we should remain hopeful about. And, it's probably, because we don't hear a lot of it in the West about what goes on in the country. It's such a big country. Right? I mean, just almost 180 million people. I mean, I'm from Canada. We have 40 million people. And I think we have more than 40 million Bengalis who are under the age of 25, right? So I think it's for people to look at Bangladesh through the eyes of hope. And I think that, if we give an opportunity to the young people in the country to become educated and to take responsibility for their own growth, I think you're going to see a change in the landscape. And I'm, as I said, it's my honor and privilege to be here. And I look forward to spending time in the country over the next week.
Thank you very much. This is appreciated. We also happy to be here, with you.
Thank you.
So alhamdulillah, thank you very much. আমরা পরবর্তীতে আবারও কোনো একটা বিষয় নিয়ে আপনাদের সামনে আসবো। সে পর্যন্ত আমাদের সাথেই থাকবেন।